Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39, and I have another project for you using the fabulous Bloom Where You're Planted paper collection. For this one, I used the 8x8 paper pad. This is a design team project for Country Craft Creation, which is where you can obtain this fabulous paper pad. There is also a 12x12, which I will have done some other projects using that. Go ahead and look at the link in the description box to find out where you can get this paper. What I made with this, and this has been done by so many other people, but I find myself making this time and time again. It is a great gift to somebody or something for myself. Actually, I'm just about at the end of one. The pad is almost gone. You can fill the pad with refills available at a dollar store, something like that, but it's easy to find. So this is held together with a magnet, and you'll see I had used just a regular small magnet. I suggest using a large one, or you could use Velcro dots. And it's simply just somewhere to put these. They're called small legal pads. It's 5x8, and it's great when you're sitting there at your desk listening to tutorials and you want to take notes. Or it's great if you are making tutorials and you want to write down your notes. I use it very often when I'm doing all of my projects. Sometimes in pen, but usually in pencil because I make mistakes. Now it's got little pockets which you could use to put a pen or pencil, but it's better if you keep things flat in here. So I think I would rather put a pen on the end of here if I were going to give this as a gift, but in most cases this is good for bookmarks, business cards, just a little post-it note holder, just really thin, but just something thin so you can just carry this around and it's portable. So that is what we're making today. So are you ready? Let's get started. All right, this is a simple project and I'm sure you've seen it before. All you need is a piece of coordinating cardstock, and in this case I am using My Colors cardstock in the daffodil. It's got the dots on it, which you don't really need, but it was the only piece that I had that matched. And look at how nicely that matches with this blue and gold. I think it's spot on. So anyhow, I'm going to use that. Let us start scoring. Start at 3 for the whole length of the paper, and then at 3 3/8, and then at 8 5/8, and then at 9. So that's it for that side. Now we're going to rotate. You could turn it over if you want, it doesn't matter, but we'll score here at 8 1/4. Now I forgot to mention that what we're using is these, they're called mini legal pads. They're 5x8, yeah. No, not 5x8, 5x7.5. No, they're 5x8. So they're a great size for note-taking. If you follow along with tutorials, it's a great size to put your tutorial notes. It makes a great gift as well. I wish I had made it for people when I was working in an office, and we'd go to meetings every quarter, and you know, you'd have to look like you're interested, and you would take notes. Of course, I was always interested. Can this come off easily? I mean, it doesn't matter if it doesn't. Yep. I'm going to leave that. Doesn't matter. All right. So, do I want the dotted side in or the dotted side out? I'm going to have the dotted side on the outside. Again, not that it makes much difference. So we'll go ahead and fold on the score lines. It'll just help make it easier to fold when we need to. So I'm finding lots of neat combinations with this Bloom Where You're Planted paper. It's decorative, but it's not frilly. So it works really nicely for all of these desk organization. I sound like it works really well for all these desk organization projects I'm doing. Now I'm going to try to fold it. See how this is coming out? I want to fold it so it is straight on. There we go. And this is great cardstock to work with, the My Colors cardstock. It's heavy enough weight that it's going to be substantial, but it's not so heavy that it doesn't fold easily. All right, so that is it. Now, all we have to do is glue this to this, and this will make pockets. Now, some people will use score tape for this. I'm going to use my glitter glue. First thing I'm going to do is add some glue to this area and this area. Generous, but I don't want it seeping. The second thing I'm going to do is add a bead of glue to each of the sides below that one score line. I'm going to grab, before I push that down, I'm going to grab some clips to have them ready. All right. Now I'm going to push it down. I'm going to just burnish it with my fingers just to make sure that glue seeps in, but it doesn't need to be crazy. And then I'm just going to hold this and close it. This one's tighter than the other ones. And we'll just let that sit for a little bit. While we cut the other paper. All right, this is all nicely glued. So I'm going to give you the measurements of the pattern paper we're going to use to cover it, and you can adjust accordingly. Now this piece is going to be mostly, and I'm not going to cover this one. You can if you want to. I never saw a reason to because the paper is going to go there. I might change my mind after I put the paper on. But this one isn't as important because the paper pad's going to go there. But this is 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. You'll need 4 pieces, 2 7/8 by 8. And so this will go here. Now I'm going to cut this so you can use the pocket. You don't have to if you don't want. If you don't want to use that pocket, then you can leave it. You know, it's a difficult pocket to use because you can put in a pencil, but then you can't really close it. So that is up to you. And I also cut it so the bottom, this paper is both sides, and I'm going to have the bottom have that bee house, and then here have the beehive on the top. And then the outside, just these without any of the decoration. And then the back, I'm going to use this. And this is 3, no. How much is this? I wrote it down. Oh, 5 1/8 by 8. And then I have 2 strips that are just 1/4 of an inch by 8. Those are going to go here. Oh, I guess I need 2 more for the outside. And then for the flap, for the closure, I'm going to use a magnet. And I also chose a cut apart and then cut pieces based on that cut apart. I like the be kind to yourself, because if you're using this at work and you're having a rough day, you need to be kind to yourself. And I wanted to make it pretty rigid, and I didn't have any more of this yellow paper. If I did, I would have used that, but I don't. So the cut apart itself is 2 5/8 by 4. And then I will have the next piece 3 by 4 1/4. The cardstock is 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. And then you need a piece on the back of this to cover the magnet. So this is just 2 by 4 1/4. So I will go ahead and put all this on. I'll cut another 1/4 inch piece for the other strip. And then when we get to the part about putting on the papers for the magnet, I'm going to stop. But I'll go ahead and do this in fast forward. All right, so here because of the glue, this doesn't fit. I'm just going to cut off just a corner of this, just so I can tuck it down into this pocket. There we go. And this back piece I'm leaving blank, but I am going to put little strips here. Okay, we can put paper on this side, but hold off on that side until we get the magnet on. All right, so I've grabbed my small magnetic discs, and out of that I took a positive and a negative. I'm going to take one of them. So we have the one magnet, and I'm going to take what I'm going to have on the back and glue that. So that will hide the magnet and make this paper even stronger. Then I'm taking my other magnet and putting it, I won't take that off yet. So this is going to go like that. So I will glue this on. Again, I want to be generous with the glue, but not crazy. I'm going to put some here so I know I get it at the very end. Turn this way. Here is where I wanted to line it up. And I'll put it down. So that's what you see on that side. Now I'll peel off this, and of course the magnet's not going to be on that side forever. And then I'll close this and push down on the magnet, and that's where that's going to stay. So now I can take this piece and glue it down. And so this will go on that side. And there we go. I probably could have used 2 magnets or a stronger magnet. And you know, you also can use Velcro dots if you want. I've used that a lot in other ones. Especially if you're making a bunch of them at a time and you don't have that many magnets, Velcro dots work. Then this will go ahead and you take the cardboard and you put the cardboard in here. So that way you can change this out if you want to. And then, like I said, you can use this to put a pen or a pencil or whatever, but then it doesn't close as nicely. So I generally don't do that. What I think I might do is make a couple of bookmarks and put some bookmarks in there. It's good to put business cards in if you carry this around with you, or if you go to places and you want to write things down. It's a good place to put business cards that you receive and business cards that you give out. So there is that. There, I wanted to get a little better of a close-up, shine some light on it. So what do you guys think? Wouldn't this be great to give as a gift, or bring to a meeting, or just have in your car to take notes? Or it just helps complete your ensemble. Here is my iPad holder. Look, I could put that on there, and that can sit on my desk nice and pretty. And then when I'm ready to do my tutorials, I will take notes or put notes in there. And look, I use it all the time. I save all of my directions just, you know, in case I do it again, then I don't have to remeasure. Or if there's a question about a measurement, I can go and check and see what I think. So you can put that on your stand. If you're, if you've written stuff in, you can open it up and put it on your stand as well. So you have access to all of your notes. It's sort of a fabulous, cute little project, isn't it? So go ahead and make a bunch of those. You can use that 8x8 paper. You could use, instead of the 3x4 or whatever size they are cut aparts, you can use these cut aparts as a tab, and then maybe just have the Velcro dot on the inside here. Or, you know, if you do a couple of layers, these tabs will be a little bit bigger. This would be perfect because it's a little thing, but I would cut several different layers just so it's stronger. Anyhow, I bet you guys have fabulous ideas. So this is using the Bloom Where You're Planted paper collection from Country Craft Creations. It is part of a series of several other desk organizing, craft organizing projects that I have made. So I'd like to see what you do with it. So go ahead and show us what you do. Put it, if you're a member of the Facebook group, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations, put it in there, because I'd really love to see. Even if you do the exact same thing, I'd love to see what you make. Even if you do something a little different, I'd love to see what you make. So thanks again for watching. Have a fabulous day.